Hey guys, it is April 29th, 2023, Saturday. So happy Sabbath. I have been away for a while. I've been dealing with some family issues, aging parents, and things that needed my attention there. So that's part of the refining, I guess, as we get older. But the trials and testing that are coming upon many of us right now are should be expected. And I want to encourage you with this because it's part of how we are broken to be used for His purpose. And I'm going to read to you Matthew 21, verses 42 through 44. And I want to share with you something that He's shown to me and hope that it will encourage you because it sure encouraged me. Okay? Verses 42 through 44 in Matthew 21 say, "Did you never read in the scriptures, the stone which the builders rejected, the same has become the head of the corner? This is the Father's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Therefore say I unto you, the kingdom of Yah shall be taken from you and given to a nation, bringing forth the fruits thereof." And here it is. "And whosoever shall fall on this stone shall be broken. But on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder." And I imagine that Yahushua spoke those words right there with emphasis, because he was speaking to those that had rejected this stone and were seeking his death. But it applies to us today as well. Guys, what that analogy is describing by Yahushua there are those on his narrow way and those who have avoided it. Okay, that's describing two different groups of people. Yahushua, we know, is the stone that the builders rejected. And what he is saying there is if you willingly and voluntarily fall on him, he will break you. Okay? "Whosoever shall fall on the stone shall be broken." That is not a threat. That is a promise. Because there is refining involved. We come to him as vessels that have picked up things around us in this world. And those things need to be broken off. All right? It's like a yoke that is used to break oxen and train them to plow the field. I'm sure the oxen don't like that yoke when it's first put around their necks, but it's for the Father's purpose. And it's for their good. All right? If we place ourselves under his covenant and we seize his narrow way by striving to be obedient to him, to Yahushua, and to what he commanded, and to the Father's commandments, then we're going to be broken. And it's not meant to destroy us. It's meant to refine us. What he wants to break off is our flesh, our pride, seeking our own will and following our own desires. And that can be painful. When we voluntarily fall on him, that's when the refining truly begins. That's when the Holy Spirit begins to convict us of the sin that we've picked up in this life. He places his yoke upon us for his use and his good purpose. He shows us deceptions that we have been believing and following that we didn't know were deceptions. That right there will pull the rug out from under you. But it's all part of this process. We have to be broken. Okay, and he gave us free will so that we can voluntarily place ourselves on that stone. The free will is not so that we can believe in him and just go and do and live as we please. The free will is so that we can return the love to him that he has given to us. Because if he demands love from us, then that is not love at all. We have to willingly place ourselves on this stone and be broken. Now, if we're stubborn, if y'all are stubborn like me, then this refining and breaking can be very painful at times. And it has been. But he is going to get his will out of you. He's going to use you for his will. He's going to get our will out of us. That's what I meant to say. But it really, what he's shown me is that how we're broken depends on his purpose in our life. Okay, it very much looks like how you might break oxen. Let's go back to that example. The yoke that's put on an oxen, The breaking for that oxen is going to be different if that oxen's purpose is to plow a field. That oxen's going to be broken differently if, for example, his purpose is to thresh grain. It's going to be different for everybody. And so your breaking is not going to look like someone else. And it depends on his calling. If you have a high calling in your life and he has placed his will upon you and you are being prepared for his purpose, if you're going to be fighting giants, he is going to put mountains in your way to fight and prepare for that battle that's coming. He's going to train you to overcome your fears. He is going to use you and break you to be used by him for his purpose. All right, so the higher the calling, the more severe the breaking, usually. But read the rest of that verse in verse 44. It describes those who do not willingly fall on this stone. He says this stone will fall upon them and they will be ground into powder. The way I envision that is that they're going to be totally annihilated, totally crushed. If you do not willingly walk up and place yourself on that stone and ask him to break you, then that stone falls on those that have avoided that. And what's really sad is that the world has avoided that stone. But not just the world. There are many, many Christians that claim to believe. And they want an easy life with no effort. They follow the teachings of Paul that says, all you got to do is believe. Just grace through faith, no works. You don't have to do a thing. You don't have to fall on a rock. What? You don't have to be broken. You don't have to fall on that stone. Just believe. Just profess, say a prayer, you're good. Well, that's where the majority of Christians are. And it is far better, guys, to willingly fall on that stone and endure the hardships of being broken now. Take up your cross. Follow him. This is what he's talking about. It's far better to do that than to follow the world and the majority of these Christians that are on this broad path who want an easy life. They want their best life now. And they end up having the stone fall on them. Their end is not good. And I don't want that for myself or for anyone else. And so we need to encourage one another with this. The breaking is inevitable. I want to show you this picture. I had this vision and I heard these words in my spirit when I was praying once about some of the refining my family had been through. We went through some severe testing and refining. And the Father's never tested us through our health. Yah willing, he will not. And through my marriage, he has not tested me through any kind of thing with my children. We have been completely and totally protected and loved through so many things. But what he has refined us primarily through is through material things. We've had house fires. We have lost our home through different other means. But he's always given us back 100-fold what we lost. But the refining has been severe in our lives. And there was a time I prayed and asked him what all that was for. Why did we have to endure so much? And I heard this in my spirit and I saw this visual. I've tried to draw it out the best way I saw it. I heard him say, my light shines brightest through your cracks. And I was shown a vessel of pottery. And there were cracks all over it. And light was shining through those cracks. Brighter than I could envision here with a highlighter. And what he was telling me was, if your vessel is intact and you have not allowed yourself to be broken, tested, put through trials, and allowed that vessel to be broken, you might have his Holy Spirit within you. You might have his light. But how many are going to see it if your vessel's intact? It's through the breaking that he shines his light brightest through the cracks in your vessel. And so that's what the refining is for. That's what the breaking is for. Not just for you and the refining for you, but it is for others to see and be encouraged. If they're going through a similar trial, they'll see that you've survived it and it will give them hope. Okay, so let his light shine brightly. My prayer for myself and for all of you listening, is that he will make us stronger so that we can endure being voluntarily broken for him. So guys, his light shines brightest through your cracks. Let him break your vessel. Volunteer your vessel to be broken so that his light can shine. I hope this blesses someone out there. Have a great Sabbath and a great day.